Joining us in our Cracked Racquets booth here at the Altic Steislinger Tennis Exhibition is a first-round winner, a staple of American men's tennis for the past decade, and a man who almost shares a birthday with me. Sam Querrey, welcome to the booth. October 7th, October 6th. So,
all right, awesome.
The connection was there from the get-go.
It should hopefully make for a good interview then.
Yeah, let's hope so. And obviously, I want to start congratulations to you on the win.
Thank you.
It is probably 100 degrees outside right now. Maybe listeners can see our sweat, but just in general, how did it feel to be back out on the court?
It felt good. I mean, I was talking to you off camera. I have a little son who was born right before COVID started, so I actually haven't played a tournament since the Australian Open. So it's fun to be back out, and it's not a sanctioned ATP event, but it's a great event. It's fun. The setting is awesome. It's good to play something competitive.
Did it suck that you had to fly all the way to Florida to play Mackey?
It was fine. Look, it's not fun to fly right now. You have the mask on for 6-7 hours. The planes feel sterile and cold. There's no drink service, no food, but it just, like I said, it feels good to get out and play something competitive.
And what do you think about your level of play today? Obviously, 4-3, you were down a mini break 5-4 in that first set breaker, a couple big forehands, big returns to take care of things 7-5. What do you think about your level?
I thought I played well. I've been practicing hard the last month, and so to come out here and be able to test it is good. And like I said, it's a short format, so you got to kind of come out firing, and I was pretty happy with how I played.
And like I said, staple of American men's tennis, and I am 24 years old, so my tennis really started age 13, 14, so my viewing experience, I've seen a lot of Sam Querrey, and I can't remember seeing the American themed Babolat. Is that a new addition? It's
new. I think Jack Sock played with it a couple years ago, and now it's back. I've got it, Jack's got it. I believe Sophia Kennan plays with it as well.
Sure.
So it's kind of a fun initiative that Babolat started for us this year, and hopefully we can kind of stick with it for a while.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And again, the ground strokes look good. Was it difficult for you just being back in? Like, when was the last time you played a competitive match?
It's the Australian Open. I mean, January. I've played some practice matches, played a couple little kind of smaller prize money events in Southern California, but this was kind of the first real one where it's televised and you feel like there's kind of like some intensity to it.
Sure, and so with that being said, the television aspect and the intensity of it, because it's a short format, we're playing sets to 4, tiebreakers at 3-all. Do you get the adrenaline rush? Is it a thrill to be back out there?
Yeah, I'd be in favor of this format at 250 level events. Maybe
Sure.
a 3 out of 5 first to 4, but I feel like it's fun. I feel like it's exciting. I like the no ad points. I think if fans were watching, it's a good way to kind of keep them engaged with a fast, quick format, and it gives you a lot of important points.
No, I feel like you still have 4 years of college eligibility left. Like, there's a lot of no ad playing for you to do out there. I think that's how it works. No, that's so interesting, though, that you talk about the shortened format, especially, right now, the heightened awareness, there is COVID-19 going on, and obviously there's so much going around the ATP and WTA Tour of the world. We all saw what happened at the Adria Tour, but just in general, how are you feeling about getting back on the court competing, and are you ready to start play come August?
I'm ready to start playing. Obviously the Adria Tour had their issues, but
Sure.
DC, Cincinnati, US Open, they're trying to come back. They've got extreme safety measures in play. I feel like it's going to be safe for the players. They've got contingency plans, and the players need to be respectful as well with kind of adhering to the rules. And I think if we all do that, there's a way that we can come back and play in a safe way. And we need to. As we see, baseball's coming back, football's coming back, basketball. Those are sports that we're competing with, and so we can't fall behind and just let these other events start while we wait. So we need to get back and play, and as of right now, we're supposed to start the real tournaments, the ATP events,
Sure.
August 14th in DC.
No, and that is awesome to hear. And I know you had a son, I believe 4 months ago. We were talking about it beforehand. But for you, a built-in paternity leave. You get to spend that first 4 months at home with your wife, with your newborn son. How was that for you? That had to have been a treat.
Yeah, it's been great. Most tennis players don't get to be at home every day of their son's life for the first
Sure.
4 months, and last night was the first night away, which was tough. Having said that, I wish COVID never happened because they were going to travel. We would all be in Europe right now anyway.
Of course.
I get to be with him and be playing tournaments. But, that is the silver lining. I've got to be home with him every day.
Did you wake up at 3 a.m. on instinct, like there's a diaper for me to change?
In all honesty, no. My wife does the tough midnight to kind of 6 a.m. Wake ups. Usually he wants to eat, in all fairness, so it's not my responsibility. But I try to help out as much as I can.
No, that's awesome to hear. And again, you would usually be in Europe at this time. Obviously, that's not the case for any of us right now. But I know you are playing the World Team Tennis season this year. I believe you're playing for Vegas, and I know that starts around July 12th at the Greenbrier. What was the incentive for you to play that event, World Team Tennis, especially given how much pro action is going to start just the next month?
Yeah, I've played World Team Tennis for the last 10 years. I love it. It's so much fun. I love being on a team. It's fun kind of being on a team with people you normally wouldn't hang out with, men and women from all parts of the world. And, I signed up for World Team Tennis pre-COVID, and now I'm really glad I did, because it's one of the few events going on. There's something on the line this year. The winning team splits $500,000, which they haven't done in the past. And it's going to be played at the Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia, which I've never been to, but online it looks amazing. So, and my wife and little son are coming to that, and so it should be a fun, not only event, but kind of a fun time there because the resort looks so beautiful.
That's going to be awesome to hear. And yeah, you get to be with your fellow tennis players as well, so it'll be a nice way to break back into that. And again, it seems like you're the short format, World Team Tennis, it's one set of tennis. It's I think 5 alls when the tiebreaker is played. Is that something you're in favor of?
For sure, definitely. Like I said earlier, I would love to test it out at 250 level events, see how it works. I'm someone who wants to always try things and see how it works. People have short attention spans. You see how popular, not to kind of equate it to TikTok, but those are 3-second videos and people just fire them out left and right. And so tennis can maybe transition to something that's quick and fun and fast and keeps the fans engaged. And luckily for tennis, you can play match after match after match. So it's not like the fans are just going to sit there and watch a match for 30 minutes. If you want to watch 10 matches in a row, you can. And I think that format's exciting.
That, speaking of a new format, JC putting on this event, cool for you to see him host an exhibition. How is he as a tournament director?
It's great. Look, it's tough to put these on. It's not just finding 8 players. You're finding a location. You're getting the production involved. You're finding sponsors. And especially now with COVID, there's a lot of other things to worry about. And for someone who, I believe this is kind of his first time putting one of these on. This is day one, but he's done an incredible job. And a thank you to him and his girlfriend Catherine. They've done a great fiance Catherine. They've done a great job of making this safe and fun for all the players.
I'm sure he will appreciate you corrected yourself. Yeah. Last question. Again, we are in Miami, and I know you want to hop in the cold tub. I think we all need to at this point. But just in general, over the course of time, a lot of rivalries. Is California the best tennis state? Is Florida the best tennis state? I'm sure you're biased, but your opinion on the subject.
It's for sure California. I mean, if you just look at history, it just seems like the best players in the U.S. are from California. For the most part, like if I'm practicing at the USTA Center out there in Carson. We've got a much stronger group than the group in Orlando. It's not even close, and so it's really, you can't argue it if you just look at the stats and the accomplishments of the players, men and women.
Yeah, no, I think you made the case for me, so I don't even have to. But Sam, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Good luck to you, not just this weekend, but as you make the resumption of your professional schedule. And again, 10 years American men's tennis, I've been watching you. So seriously, for all you've done for us as American tennis fans, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.